One of the things that really drew a line in the sand for me in terms of deconstructing my Christianity as someone who had been a pastor's wife for 10 plus years was learning more about NDEs, past lives, and reincarnation. This is one of the scariest and most abrasive topics that Christians tend to stay away from. But the thing is, because I did a lot of research and I read a lot of books while I was going through my deconstruction journey. And one of the things that really caught my eye was how science is really starting to catch up with evidence of past lives reincarnation. There are thousands of cases documented of people having vivid experiences during clinical death. And the brain activity of these people has led scientists to believe that this is not just a hallucination. One of the most fascinating things that I looked into was there's a researcher named Dr. Ian Stevenson who has documented thousands of children who have been able to recall their past lives. And children are super interesting because many of them know things that they could not have known. Things that happened with other people in other parts of the world, in other countries, years and years ago. Things even their parents didn't know. And as someone, and I talk about this a lot on the podcast, but as someone who never really resonated with the idea of hell, the more I learned about near-death experiences and reincarnation, the more it just clicked into place for me. And for people that have been part of a Christian faith, they tend to carry a lot of fear around death because we've been taught that there is something to be afraid of if you don't do things a certain way. And also, people just have fear of the unknown, right? Anything that's different feels scary, especially when it's this different from what you may have been taught in the past. And I'm never trying to convince you to adopt any certain new beliefs that don't align with you. However, as someone with my background, I just want to encourage people that might also be going through a deconstruction journey that these ideas that you've been taught are maybe demonic or just so false and so out there really actually make a whole lot of sense and are not nearly as scary or as out there as you may have been told.